Okay, thank you once again, everybody, for joining this Canada Specialist Program webinar. Grant from Frontiers North Adventures, please take it away.
Well, hello, everybody, and good afternoon. Thanks again for joining our webinar. A little bit about myself. I'm Grant Chem. I'm the Manager of Sales and Guest Relations for Frontiers North. I've been with the company now for 17 years. Some of you might recognize me, some of you might not. And for some of you, this presentation might be very old, maybe we'll call that, and some of it might be very new, but we do have some really cool things I'd like to share. And part of this is what I'd like to first start off is just kind of tell you a little bit about Frontiers that we have on the go lately. Frontiers North is a family owned and operated business, and we've been operating in Canada's North, specifically Churchill, Manitoba, for over 3 decades now, delivering unique itineraries and amazing experiences to travelers from around the world. Our specialty is multi-day packaged adventures, and our programs are designed for small groups of guests with specific interests in experiential travel, photography, wildlife, culture, and adventure. Our commitment to sustainability and our CSR practices are at the core of who we are. In other words, we are a company that takes the extra steps needed to leave a positive impact on our travelers, our employees, and on the communities where we operate. Sustainability means different things to different people, but to us, it means leaving a positive impact on the places we travel, being mindful of the fragile ecosystems where we operate, and constantly working to inspire others to be more sustainably minded. We, in 2020, became Certified B Corporation, a B certified corp. And what that means, not many people have heard of it. Frontiers North.
Brad, sorry, we're just getting a little bit of noise on your microphone.
Oh, sorry. Is that better?
Yeah, keep going. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. We are only one of 2 travel companies in Canada that are certified B Corp companies. Now, what that means is that officially, it means that our company is internationally recognized as a business that contributes to more exclusive and sustainable economy. In other words, we are a company that takes the extra steps needed to leave a positive impact on travelers, on our employees, and on the communities where we operate. So just this past weekend, Frontiers North unveiled its very first EV Tender Buggy, an electric vehicle, an electric Tender Buggy in Churchill. Our goal is to convert our entire fleet to EV by the end of the decade. And the point of the EV Tender Buggy is not become the subject, but more the point of the EV Tender Buggy is to make it easier for the machines and the other distractions to fade into the background of any guest wildlife experience in Churchill. Something else that we just launched in 2021 in October is our True North Assurance. And what the True North Assurance is to you and your guests is it's basically a lifetime deposit, no change fees, and it's 100% transferable. What that means is if a guest makes a booking with you and you make it with Frontiers North, up to final payment time, which is 120 days prior to the departure date, that deposit lives with you, the company, our partner. If your client should cancel, no one books a trip to cancel it, but if they should cancel it, that deposit stays with your company. And you can do name changes. You can transfer it to different years or different seasons that we offer. So it's something we're excited to share with the entire partnership that we have throughout the world, and especially with our Australian partners. So getting on to our itineraries. Our itineraries start and end in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Once you get to Winnipeg, we take care of everything else. We take care of your hotel accommodations, your meals, your flights, your activities, your transfers. And there's a bit of a caveat here that I'll talk a little bit in a moment. The only way to get to Churchill is either by plane or train. So all of our departures, no matter what season, offer both types of travel arrangements, meaning either by plane or train, you can get up to Churchill. One of the cool things that we have this was our first year offering it. There's always been friction to get to Churchill, and usually the only way was, as I mentioned, through Winnipeg. We now offer direct nonstop flights from Calgary and Montreal direct to Churchill return. They're going to be designed to be very similar to exactly what we offer out of Winnipeg. The thing with these departures is that they will, there's only going to be one departure date. It will be based on approximately 100 passengers. So there's a lot of capacity, but again, it'll be only one departure date. With these, I want to keep this fairly tight though. For more information on these, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to share that with you folks. So with our departures, we have, how I want to approach this is with our classic polar bear adventures. And there's two types of accommodations. One is our classic polar bear adventures, where they are hotel based. They are in the town of Churchill. You stay in a hotel. All the hotels in Churchill are locally owned and operated. There are no large chain hotels. They are warm, they're safe, they're clean, and they're cozy. And for some people, that's exactly what they want. No one goes to Churchill, however, for the hotels. They're going there for the experience of the wildlife. And that's what their focus is on. It's not to stay in the hotel. There's very little time spent in your hotel during our departures. No matter what we do, you're going to go out on a Tender Buggy at least a minimum of 2 full days out on the Tundra in the Churchill Wildlife Management Area. All of our Tender Buggies are heated. They're washroom equipped. They have large observation decks off the back. All the windows go down for photo opportunities. Our group sizes are 20 to 22 people. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned, the Tender Buggies have a capacity of 40. So that gives every single person a window seat aboard the Tender Buggy. The other type of accommodation that we offer in our departures is our polar bears at Tender Buggy Lodge. These types of departures, so just before I jump into that, to give you some context there, the town of Churchill, if you stay in a hotel-based product, you need to transfer yourself. We transfer you from the town of Churchill to our buggy dock site, approximately a half-hour coach ride. Then we hit the Churchill Wildlife Management Area and the trail system. If you're staying at the Tender Buggy Lodge, you're not doing any sort of transferring back to our Tender Buggy dock and then back to the town of Churchill. You're basically in polar bear country the whole time. You're going to wake up to bears. You're going to fall asleep to bears. Our Tender Buggy Lodge is made up of 2 bunk units, which each sleeps 20. We have a dining unit, which is called Thanadolther, which has a very large observation deck for Northern Lights viewing. And then we have Dan's Diner. So basically, it's very much like a cruise ship. However, this cruise ship, the Tender Buggy Lodge, does not move. What moves are the Tender Buggies. The Tender Buggies pick you up every morning and take you out onto the tundra to view the wildlife. And then you return in the evening to have dinner and stay right out with the wildlife. The bunk units, each bunk unit has 20. They're like a upper lower berth style. Each one has its own privacy curtain and then a curtain for the entire pod. You have your own thermostat, your own light switch, your own power source, and of course your own window. Each one of the bunk units has 3 washrooms and 2 shower facilities. Again, we have dinner and breakfast in Dan's Diner. It's very well lit, has skylights. It's amazing to be having a morning coffee and looking out the window at Arctic foxes, or coming back for dinner and watching polar bears spar outside the window. It's absolutely amazing. And then retreating back to our lounge unit to potentially see Northern Lights at that time of year as well. A little bit about COVID, just so that everyone knows, we're very proud of what we've done and how we've come forward with smaller group sizes. We've enhanced cleaning and sanitation of our tender buggies, the restaurants. We use a lot of electrostatic sprayers at the restaurant, at the hotel, on our tender buggies. After each outing, face masks are still mandatory at the moment. When you're on the Tundra buggy and or in public areas, the only time that you can take them off is when you're outside. All front end staff have completed a Clean It Right certified program. And hopefully by next year things have changed. But if not, we are prepared and ready to move forward with how we have to move forward. It's just an image of showing how what we do, the electrostatic sprayer in the tender buggy, and restaurants masks are required. That's all I have, folks. Super happy that you enjoyed or joined us for this. One thing I do want to make mention is that I'm so happy to have Sarah involved in our presentations with Manitoba, and simply it helps not only for FIT bookings, so doing some add-ons for your guests or clients that are going to be traveling. The other part of that is even group travel. If there's any group travel, there's so many different things that we can do to make, you know, any exclusive group extremely exclusive. And part of that is adding more of Winnipeg with itineraries. We're super excited to have the Australian market, and we're looking forward to hosting many of your guests. Thank you.